My crush 23F just told me she used to like me 22M a while back. Is it too late to tell her now? So we have been acquaintances for a few years and became very good friends in the last 2 years or so. She has been my crush for as long as I can remember. But I never asked her out because initially she had a boyfriend, and even after her breakup I just couldn't never gather up courage to tell her that I liked her because she's a 9 and I'm a 5, not our ages lol. She recently during one of our conversations told me she used to like me but thought I was into some other girl, which I probably was too, and then the topic changed. So is it too late now to tell her now about my feelings? Has the train left the station? Update: I told her that I liked her too and she said she still thinks I'm into that other girl. Tried telling her that I'm not, but then I felt like she didn't want to have this conversation as she was just saying that I hope we're fine and still can be friends. She wasn't a dick about it, but it really made me sad. I'm fine now, but all day for a few seconds I was going in a bad mood. Do it. You lose 100% of the chances you don't take. Then it's too late. It's clearly mutual. End the worst year on a high. Nah, just send it. He just told you, so the window is now open. I'll go for it. The comments have made me a little positive. Do it and update us. You can also frame it as, hey, honestly I've always kind of liked you, too. Our friendship is important to me, so if you don't feel the same, no worries, and I'd love to continue being friends. But if you do still see me that way, I'd love if we gave this a shot / went on a date, etc. When someone tells you that they used to have a crush on you, 9 times out of 10 they still do. Shoot that shot, my dude. It's never too late, except she would be married by now, so do it. In best case it works out, in the worst case you know and can move on. He isn't married, so I guess I'll do it. Really hope it doesn't mean the end of friendship because she gets me so well and we have a lot of fun together. My 27F, half-sister, 8F, is very violent towards me and hates me. I have to babysit her, but I'm going to give birth in 3 weeks and I can't take it anymore. I apologize in advance. This post might be a long one and unfortunately English is not my native language, so there are probably thousands of grammar mistakes. Sorry. My parents divorced when I was about 10 years old. My dad simply left and I've never heard from him ever since that divorce. When I was around the age of 15, my mom met a new guy and married him. He and my mom have 2 children, aka my half-sisters, 10F and 8F. The 10-year-old is a lovely girl and I really like spending time with her, but the 8-year-old is a literal demon. My mom recently got a new job, so both my mom and her husband are working in the afternoon now, which means that someone needs to take care of the girls when they come home from school. I was asked by my mom to babysit them and I agreed. She helped me a lot during my pregnancy, so I wanted to do her a favor. Here's where things get complicated. My half-sisters are very spoiled and basically get away with everything. However, 10F can behave herself properly, whereas 8F cannot. She screams for hours, bites me, hits me, scratches me and literally hates me. I wish I knew why, but I really don't. She has always behaved that way towards me even though I've always been nice to her. Last night, she even called me a bitch and then screamed herself hoarse for 4 hours. Yes, 4 full hours of screaming. 8F's violent behavior is stressing me out really bad and I wish I didn't have to babysit her, but I promised my mom I would do it. My mom and her husband know of 8F's violent behavior towards me, but they don't see a problem with it, because they experience 8F's tantrums as well. She's significantly less violent towards my mom and her husband, at least when I'm there, but she shows a very similar behavior. My husband, 29M, is constantly in a state of distress, because he wants me to rest at home instead of babysit my half-sisters at my mom's house. He's not happy about this situation at all, but I can't stop babysitting my half-sisters, because there is no other option. My mom can afford a professional babysitter, but all of us agreed that that's just not a safe option during a pandemic. What am I supposed to do? I can't keep babysitting, but I also can't stop right now, because someone has to watch the girls. I really can't take this anymore. I'm tired and stressed out, and on top of that I'm going to give birth in 3 weeks. Too long didn't read. My half-sister is very violent towards me and hates me. I have to babysit her, but I'm going to give birth in 3 weeks and I can't take it anymore. So, it's kinda funny. Your mom and stepdad refuse to put their foot down when it comes to their children, resulting in one monstrous child. You refuse to put your foot down when it comes to your mom and stepdad, resulting in them massively underplaying how badly their daughter, who causes you enormous stress, behaves. Not haha funny, obviously. Yeah, very much a case of we've done nothing and we're all out of options. But I also can't stop right now, because someone has to watch the girls. Who told you this? You think it's risk your pregnancy to a violent child or nothing? What happens if she kicks you in the stomach? How do you think the stress you are under affects your child's developing brain? You are a mother, it's time to stop being a literal punching bag to please your parents. It's their child and their problem, say no and walk away. You are quite literally risking your child's life to an abuser because you don't wanna rock the boat. It's time to rock the boat. It's way past time to stop babysitting when you have an infant just around the corner. Are you planning on having that child violently attack your baby too just because you can't say no to your parents and set appropriate boundaries? The first rule of parenting is never risk your child because you can't say no to other people. Don't fail that test. Your parents need to get her into a therapist ASAP, and set out some bloody consequences for bad behavior. Also on your part, reward the other sister in such a way that make Kate notice. Then say, well, I'd like to share this reward with you but you haven't earned it. Be consistent, and these kinds of changes might inspire her to be and do better. I can't stop babysitting my half-sisters. You actually can. What would your mom do if you lived in another state, or were working full-time? Would she cease to exist? No. You would find another way. In 3 weeks, you are going to give birth and need to focus on yourself and the health of your baby. Your husband is 100% right, and realistically your mom's childcare isn't your responsibility. Looking after 2 kids when you're so close to giving birth would be difficult even if they were angels. If her parents know about the tantrums and don't stop them, then that's a parenting issue on their end. Also, you're gonna have to stop babysitting for her soon anyway when you have your little one. Just tell your mom you can't deal, and she needs to make alternative arrangements. You won't forgive yourself if the violence or your own stress does something to harm your baby. Today, the 12th of December 2020, I have 2 years clean, my daughter turns 10 months old, and I turn 28. I'm absolutely terrified. Her mother and I are just rebuilding our relationship and I have to be a father. I just feel overwhelmed. Advice on any experiences? Backstory: I did it. I almost can't even believe it, but I actually did it. I wasn't going to share this because I was scared to be judged, but fuck that. 2 years ago I was dying, and for heroin and benzo addict on the streets. It's okay to be vulnerable. I woke up this morning watching my daughter smile, turning 10 months old, knowing she never has to see her dad high, scared to death knowing if I ever relapse I could change this little girl's life forever. I looked in the mirror turning 28 years old, happy. Something I never thought I'd be. I'm proud of myself today. I believe in myself. My daughter has her daddy, the mother of my daughter has her person back. But what if I can't do it? I have those thoughts. Drugs are fun. Drugs are a good time. Be safe, be responsible, and if you need that release once in a while, it's absolutely okay. But drugs don't love you, your family and friends do. If you think you need help, start with the asking. Don't let it take over your life. Don't let it kill you. You're not a junkie or a failure. You're just another person with a vice to deal with the shit life throws at us. I hope anyone's stories maybe or advice can help. Thank you in advance. Connection is the cure for addiction, so feel connected to me. To everyone in this Reddit, to everyone facing the same fight in their lives as you. I'm rooting for you. Just wanted to post one of the biggest accomplishments of my life and hopefully maybe inspire or help someone still struggling. ! Edit. Wow, thank you all for showing so much love and compassion and help. Sharing your personal stories, showing me it's okay to get vulnerable. I've read every comment and learned so many things. I will slowly try replying to as many as I can. I didn't expect this post to even get any comments at all, let alone 50 to 100 plus, so I'm blown away. Thank you to every single person who reached out. You all made my birthday 10x better. Thank you, praying gesture. Just like staying sober, parenting is one day at a time. Enjoy the good times, let the bad ones go. Keep your side of the street clean. You're good. Stay sober. My daughter's dad relapsed when she was 3, was in prison before she turned 4, released when she was 7, thought he was in control, ended up dead before she turned 8. Your daughter needs you. Be healthy and clean. Nothing good comes from drugs and the demons that come with them. Holy shit. I'm so sorry, but also thank you for sharing that. I gave up drinking 30 years ago when I promised myself that my kids would never have a drunk for a father. You take it and make it one day at a time, and the next thing you know it's 30 years later and then it comes to you. Holy shit. I did it. Kids are the greatest adventure of your life. They don't come with an owner's manual, so you'll make a lot of mistakes. But not to worry, your mistakes will rarely be serious. In a way, my kids and I grew up together. We all learned a lot along the way. Be proud of yourself, man, and make that little girl proud too. When you start to worry about things in the long term, just remind yourself, I'm doing okay right now. In this moment I am okay, and doing it today is what matters most. I'm proud of you. Being a good human to ensure your family unit is secure is the most honorable act of all. You're a good man. Congrats on 2 years, man. It's still a long road ahead, but remember, you aren't just doing this for yourself, you're doing it for your baby girl. I'd suggest watching the documentary Unguarded. It's about a former basketball player who got addicted to drugs in college and lasted while he was in the pros to the point where he became a heroin addict and lost everything. He had a different road to recovery, but getting rid of addiction always starts the same: recognizing you have a problem and wanting to get better.